Buenas tardes, good afternoon, espero que estén bien. I hope you're all doing well. This video is going to be about the oral midterm exam. So here we are in D2L on Module 3, that's this week, and beginning next week's Module 4. What do we have to do? Now, you have to turn in your Composition 1 final draft. You have to turn in your VHL exercises. This is your workbook exercises on Sunday, by Sunday at midnight, and do your partner dialogues in VHL. Now, those are very important because it's a good practice for the oral exam. Now, for those of you whose partners have switched, thank you so much for being flexible. I'm sorry we've had even more people drop this class. I know that summer classes go by so quickly and you have so much work in a short period of time. So thank you all for keeping up and for doing a really good job. I'm very proud of all of you. Okay, if you go down here, you can see partners for the midterm exam. Click on that, make sure you know who your partners are, email them, and set up the time that you are going to meet. Once you decide that you want to do the exam at a certain time, log into the oral exam schedule and put your name in the list. You can also email me if you don't know how to do Google Drive, and I can put your name on. I'll be putting the permanent version of this on Sunday. Now, these are your appointments. Once you set it up, you cannot change it. If you miss that appointment, then you get a 0. Okay, so if there are any issues or problems, you definitely need to let me know well in advance so that we can work through that. Otherwise, hopefully these time and dates that you pick are good for you guys and they work out and there are no issues, because I want you all to do well. You're doing well so far, and I want 90s, 100s on these. Okay, so what is the oral exam? Now, you have been doing VHL partner dialogues every Sunday. You've done Estructura 1.2 Preguntas, which is down here. As you can remember, it is looking at a drawing of a family, asking each other questions about who's in the drawing, what's in the drawing, and answering them. Most of you excelled at this activity. I've graded this activity because I felt like it was the simpler of the two, especially for the first partner dialogue, so those grades are up. And then, of course, you had Estructura 1.4 Situación, which is here. And that was a little bit more complicated. It was the one where you had to pretend you were students and a professor from Venezuela and ask each other questions, introduce yourselves, and discuss the classroom, the class time, and the text of the book. Okay? Now, I am going to email you all tonight and or post in your grade or on VHL very detailed commentary about how well you did. You all did very well, but I want you to know what you got wrong or what you may have issues with so that you can practice those things for the oral exam. Now, for this week, you have to go to Lección 2, Lección 2, and it's 2.1, Conversación, down here. You're going to pretend you're friends with someone who you haven't seen in a while. You're going to catch up, ask how you're feeling. Remember, that's a star and adjectives. What classes you're taking. Those are AR verbs. ¿Cuáles clases tomas? Okay. Which professors are teaching those classes? ¿Cuáles profesores enseñan estas clases? And which classes you like and don't like. Now, like and don't like is gustar. And many of you had issues with gustar in your compositions. So make sure that you go back to the grammar overviews and watch that, and watch the tutorials in the textbook. Your other VHL partner dialogue was, or for Sunday is, 2.2, El nuevo estudiante, the new student. Here we go. So you're imagining you're a transfer student and it's the first day in Spanish class. Ask your partner questions to find out what you can do about the class, classmates, university. So here you have to be a little bit more inventive, but there is a model. Okay. Now, what are we doing for the oral exam? Why am I showing you guys this? This is your oral exam. Okay. What you're going to be doing is these exact dialogues for me in a conversation with a new partner, and or a dialogue that is almost exactly like this. So it is possible that I will create for you a new drawing. Okay, so if we go back to 1, 2, remember the drawing of the parents. So it's possible I'll just give you a new drawing and you have to do the exact same thing. I'll give you questions, I'll give you a drawing, and you just have to say, ¿Cuántos perros hay? Okay, but only using the vocabulary that you already know. So it's going to be almost exactly the same, if not the same. So for your study guide, go back through these partner dialogues, look at them, practice them with your partners, review the vocabulary that you know, review the grammar that were required, which is this. Okay, so you have 1, I, the verb I, which is there, is, there, are. Make sure you include gender, you review articles, el, la, un, unos, okay, numbers. Make sure you review your gustar and verbs like that. Make sure that you're reviewing AR verbs and ser and estar. Now, maybe you're feeling overwhelmed about those things. Sorry, that's thunder. So, you go to content of D2L and grammar overviews, and you can see all of my PowerPoint presentations and then videos of me explaining the PowerPoint presentation. Now I have to put a few more up. I have to put up, I have to put up Estar, Gustar, and AR. These I'm going to be doing later tonight, and this I have to just upload. I'm not sure why I didn't upload yet. But go back and review this, review the tutorials, make flashcards of vocabulary, write down words you think are the most important, and re-practice these VHL dialogues. That's it. So you're either going to repeat the same activity you've done, or you're going to do an activity that is identical to that activity with maybe a new drawing or maybe one little tiny thing changed. Now, I'm going to be emailing you guys your prompt, the exact thing I'm going to be asking you the night before your exam. You all have exams on different days, so clearly I'm not going to be giving every single one of you the same exam. Each one of your groups is going to have a different exam, so you can share what you felt or how you did with your partners and with other people in the class, and it's not going to affect it because they won't have the same exam. Okay? Now, you'll get that prompt the night before. You can prep. It'll be before 5, so you can prep. You can do a practice with your partners in Zoom. You can do a practice with your partners in VHL or Adobe Connect or FaceTime or Facebook Messenger. It doesn't matter. But the idea is you've done this, you know this, you're going to do well on this, so don't worry, okay? I'm going to be there recording you guys. I'm also going to be there to help you guys if you have questions or problems beforehand. One last thing, to double check that you guys are not using scripts, because I give you zeros. If it sounds like you're reading, then you have to show me the room with your mirror or your cell phone before we can begin. So make sure that you know that, because I don't want any of you to have written a script and then I see it, I won't let you use it, and you feel so flabbergasted that you mess up. Okay? You all know this. You can have notes. You're going to show me your notes, and then we're going to get started. Okay? So, if you have any questions or concerns, if you want extra worksheet practice for ser and estar or gender and number, just let me know. Otherwise, I think those are very specific instructions. You're only going to talk for 1 minute. You're both going to speak during that time, so I'm going to make sure that you're sharing equal amounts of conversation, and hopefully you'll enjoy it, okay? Or at least it won't be painful. So if you have any problems, let me know via email, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Muchas gracias y que tengan muy buen fin de semana. Thank you so much, and have an amazing weekend. ¿Cómo lo paro?